In the summer of '97, just a few months after the ranger station fires, an event took place in downtown Eugene that for many shook up the debate.
There was this place downtown. It had 40 old heritage trees, just beautiful. And they were going to put in a parking lot for Symantec, this big corporation next door. And they were going to cut down the trees to do it.
Activists began mobilizing to save the trees. But as they prepared to take the issue to the next city council meeting, the city suddenly announced that it would cut the trees one day before that public hearing.
On Sunday morning, about 2:30 in the morning, about 11 people went up into the trees to prevent them from being cut.
We just went and did it, hoping that we could stave off the cutting for one day until that public hearing.
Just for one day, so the citizens could talk to the city council the next day about saving them.
They came in right away wearing riot gear and gas masks and stuff like that.
So bang, bang, bang on the door at 8 in the morning, some kid says, get out there, they're pepper spraying them in the trees, get your camera, you gotta get there. I mean, they're pepper spraying them right now.
Hang in there, Jim!
They came up in a fire truck bucket and they cut my pants leg up to my groin so they could spray my leg with pepper spray.
Cutting, their pants and pepper spraying them in the ass and pepper spraying them in the balls, and while they were hanging from the limbs 40 feet up. People were on the street looking at this and going, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And so people were radicalized. They were started jumping on the fence and going, quit that shit.
They're tear gassing the crowd and pepper spraying the crowd. It was just crazy, frantic scene that day.
And they used about 12 to 15 cans on Flynn, and he stayed up for, I think, about 6 or 7 hours, man.
And then they flushed me with a bunch of water, took me to the hospital, and then took me to jail. And so for the next 35 hours, I was soaking in pepper spray. My hands were orange for a week.
And so the argument that you need to work within the system was pretty well dashed by what the cops did on that day in Eugene. And June 1st was really the day that pissed off a lot of people in this town.
Are you going to release?
Why are you doing this to us?
Okay, are you going to release? Who's going to release? Go ahead. I only did one eye. I'm going to do the other eye if you don't release.
Please don't hurt me. Violence is not to be used in our mass protest. Leave her alone. Stop it! Stop it!
When those people were getting attacked and stepped on and pepper sprayed in their face while they were locked down, I thought protest and civil disobedience, what's the point? Why bother? It's not getting us anywhere. We're getting victimized by their police, I don't know. I think like a lot of people I knew at the time, experienced a massive loss of faith in that systemic change could happen through, the system regulating itself or reforming itself.
In 1999, tens of thousands of people converged on Seattle to protest the WTO and its effect on the environment and labor. They blockaded the streets using nonviolent civil disobedience. The police responded with force to clear the streets.
If you do not move, you will be the subject of pain. I'm touching you, shooting poison!
But while the authorities were focused on the demonstrators, another group appeared that included current and future members of the ELF.
I met these people in Seattle, and I was introduced to kind of a larger group of individuals. Here we are in our black clothes. Downtown Seattle is just full of corporations that are wreaking devastation and destruction on the planet, and people were just like, okay, let's do it.
These businesses, they're not going to bow to people dancing in the street.
They're not going to bow to people dressed as, you know, giant sea turtles or so on. They care about one thing. They care about capital. And unless we put a dent in their pocket, what good is it?
How are we going to do that? How are you going to put a dent in their pocket?
Hopefully by causing property damage.
I never breathed tear gas, pepper spray, or saw rubber bullets or concussion grenades until that point. I mean, it's like insane. I really felt like this is like a war zone. Like, wow, holy crap. It felt good to take out my rage on these corporate windows because they had caused so much destruction in my mind. It created, obviously, a huge conversation and dialogue and fight.
This is not what the protest was about. People worked hard for their property.
Vandalism is vandalism. Destruction is destruction, whether it's of lives or property. It's not acceptable.
What do you think of the Boston Tea Party?
I thought it was wonderful.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you. 50 cents, read all about it.
I think people have a very Pollyanna viewpoint of social change. No real social change has happened without pressure, without force, without, some would say, intimidating governments and corporations into changing their behavior.